warmest greetings, you beautiful beings. Hello and welcome. I'm so happy you're joining me for today's video. It has been far too long. I noticed in reviewing my recent videos that you all just love astrology the most. So today I'm going to give you more of what you want, okay? And I just hope today's video is finding you on a wonderful day. I'm wishing you well. May one of your very special wishes come true. So in today's video, we are going to be having a sample chart reading. This is a real chart of one of you. I'm also going to be sharing about a new lower cost astrological reading that I launched yesterday, and we're going to have a surprise card of tarot guidance for one of you. So let's begin. Okay, so I told myself I wasn't going to study the chart in advance, but I did cast the chart and it will appear on the screen. And yeah, this is a real chart of one of you who has been a subscriber for a while. Thank you for sharing your birth information. And I just thought it would be fun to discuss my first impressions and how I see a chart. The chart often speaks to me in a particular way, and maybe it can just help you all learn your own charts. So looking at this chart, I'm struck. I'm struck right away. I'm struck right away. There's a few things that stick out to me majorly. So the first word is teacher. Holy smokes, teacher, teacher, here to teach, here to share information, higher wisdom, message to share, give it all away. Why? Why do I say that? This person has a Gemini ascendant. Mercury is the chart ruler. Mercury, my favorite planet. Oh, Mercury. Please bless us all. I receive your blessings, Mercury. Teaching is spoken three ways immediately as soon as I glance at the chart. Number one, Mercury as the chart ruler. So fundamentally, they're here to teach, learn, share information. Number two, the midheaven, barely, but it does, falls in the 9th house in whole sign houses. So I use whole sign houses. And because of that, the midheaven, it usually either falls in the 10th, the 9th, or the 11th. It can be in the 8th as well. So this person is here to share a higher wisdom in some way. This person has accumulated a great deal of higher wisdom, spiritual knowledge, and understanding in prior incarnations. And somehow they're meant to share this in this life. I really, really do feel that. So I said teaching, sharing information, writing, mercurial. There's a mission here. There's a message. There's a mission to share. So how is that found? Mercury as the ruler of the ascendant. Mercury is conjunct Chiron in the 12th house. Like if you look at it in the chart. And so this person has healing knowledge to share. This is like, oh my gosh, I shared a video on this week on my channel, Vinny. I think his name's Vinny his near-death experience. This right here is the chart of someone who would have a near-death experience and share it. With the 12th house Mercury, conjunct Chiron, conjunct Venus, conjunct Mars, conjunct the moon. Like a major, major 12th house stellium. But also they have Jupiter in the 3rd house. So Jupiter can be affiliated, right, with teaching, sharing higher knowledge, wisdom, understanding, publishing, and it's in the 3rd house. So, and it's in Leo. So it's ruled by the sun. So this person would be an excellent teacher. Here's the story of the chart though. 10th house South Node. By the way, one of my favorite clients, one of my favorite coaching clients has this same North Node. So the North Node of this chart is Virgo conjunct, it's North Node in Virgo conjunct Saturn in the 4th whole sign house. So you know who you are, like if you're watching this. But that South Node in the 10th house indicates somehow, some way, in the most recent incarnation, this person was known, seen, recognized, celebrated by the public, possibly as a spiritual figure of some type. since it's Pisces ruled, or an artist or something like that. So in prior lives, they were learning how to gain recognition from the public. Due to the North Node, especially conjunct Saturn in the 4th house, there's now almost a karmic responsibility to nurture the private life. It's possible that the public life was a major focus of the prior incarnation at the expense of the family or the private life. So I would say something that comes to mind just like tuning into this is possibly, well, there's major service to the family of origin. But also there's this like, I don't know, when I think of 10th house, I think stage, be on stage, be out there, be seen, be recognized, share. So like there was a sharing of some kind of gift, talent, ability, dream, vision, higher wisdom in the prior incarnation. And now it's, this person has to come to a place of self-respect that is not based on the accolades of the public. And there's an intensity to the 4th house that I cannot even put words to. Especially in this social media age, to literally be alone with oneself in a private space. When we see Saturn conjunct the node, I know people don't like the word karma, but especially in Virgo, like you must devote yourself to service. And somehow, some way, there's an element of serving in private. Because like the 4th house is the bottom of the chart. Like it's below like the earth, okay? And observing the transits for like a decade now, 4th house can be a dark place. And that doesn't mean that this person's incarnation is going to be dark. Actually, like if I were to just see this, and the person said to me, I didn't. So my psychic gifts are awakened by seeing an individual's eyes. Eyes are the window to the soul. I haven't seen this person's face. So like that would give me a lot more information, right? Like all the information to see their face. But just here with the chart, I would say destiny for this individual, multiple things. So one, they may write privately from home as a profession, but also working with end-of-life care, like working in hospice care, home care, hospitals, for those that are aged, or maybe they're shut in, or maybe they can't leave home. I see that as a manifestation of Virgo conjunct Saturn in the 4th house. The responsibility to family, or to be like family or loved ones. Like we kind of exist in this culture, like in the States at least, there's not a lot of respect for the elderly, and a lot of times they're abandoned by their family. So sometimes other people need to step in and be of service. And this is something I know a decent amount about because my mother was the executive director of a home care and hospice company for my entire life, living with her basically. So there are individuals who devote themselves and they go into the homes of those who are near death or dying or very ill, and they serve them. This is the chart of someone who could have a calling like that. Or just with a 12th house like this, I see the 12th house as a place of hospitals. Now, I will say physical health, like when I think Virgo, I think physical health, but especially with Gemini ascendant, it can be mental health. You know what? I'm contributing to the problem in this moment. There's a problem in our society, I feel, where physical health and mental health are divided, but they are inherently related. So I see a gift for writing, teaching, sharing information, but it must be done out of pure service. This has got to be, I'm giving this as a gift to society from my soul for the sake of other people's spiritual development and evolution, not to be celebrated, not to gain followers, it cannot be for public acclaim. It has to be, like, this is actually like the chart of, like literally be anonymous. I'm not sure. But this person has massive exploration of the 4th house and the 12th house, and these are the darkest places in the chart. So that really, 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 really speaks to me. I think it's been like 3 years since I did Kelly Surtees, like on my birthday I did Kelly Surtees like workshop, and it was on like the ancient interpretation of the nodes. And at the time it was radical for me, but she was like saying that that the south node was like a pot with a hole in it or something, and there was like a diminishing of energy throughout the life. I was still young enough at that point that it hadn't diminished that much, but since then it's diminished like even more. So this person would experience a diminishing of the 10th house. However, since the midheaven falls in the 9th house, if they pursue it in that way, like university education or becoming like a professor, I guess you could see someone who could teach as a profession, like at a university or community college, or who could publish or study something related to healing. This would be, I mean, there's a lot of ways you could manifest this chart for, I don't know if I would call it a good life, but it wouldn't be a bad life at all, but just to say it's like, when we see Saturn conjunct the nodes, there is a seriousness to it. It's very different than like if it was, you know, North Node in the 10th and Pisces conjunct Jupiter or something like that, you get what I mean? Like, so there's a serious quality to it, especially with a 12th house like this. And yet that can be fulfilling. Like this person, if they found themselves in any capacity, working in any hospital, they would find themselves there. They would come alive. And the quest with such a prominent Chiron, and heading into the Chiron return in a couple of years, you must claim the archetype, you know, to be the wounded healer and to step forth, and there's some kind of mission. Maybe this person has struggled with addiction or mental health issues or physical health issues, and they must put forth the journey in some way. Teach about it, share about it, or help others who are struggling with the same. I saw this chart and I was like, okay, like myself and this individual, we definitely have some synastry. So like my midheaven is conjunct the ascendant, my Jupiter is conjunct this person's sun, their 12th house stellium is activating a yod configuration that I have. My own south node is conjunct their Saturn. My moon is conjunct their south node. My lot of affliction is conjunct their midheaven, and more. There's like a lot of synastry aspects here. So guidance I would have for this person, give it all away. Whatever you know about spirituality, whatever you know about healing, whatever you've learned, whatever you've discovered, whatever can advance other people in their healing journey, whether physical, mental, spiritual, give it away. Not for the sake of being recognized or celebrated, but just give it now to those who are ready. Volunteer, be of service, help those who are suffering, even if you're suffering yourself. Go to places of healing. Somehow, some way, involve yourself in places of healing, private spaces. You may not be featured on the news or the newspaper, or, you know, they'll like, but it doesn't matter. Just go. Go where people are suffering, go. You will find yourself there. You know, I really, really, really do see that. And if you have any interest at all in studying some form of healing or medicine, no matter the age, do it. I've heard accounts of like individuals who walked like a whole path and then at age like 40 or 50 went back to medical school or went to study to become like a psychologist or things like that. It's never too late to take the call. So I don't know what you guys are gonna think, but I just thought it would be, I don't know, like just synchronicity led me here. So this is So that's the sample chart. Let's do the card of guidance, and then I'll discuss the new astrology offering. So I pulled the card. I don't know who it goes to yet. The Ace of Pentacles. Woo! The Ace of Pentacles here on the precipice of the eclipse. I guess I need to state who this is for. All right, let's see who this is for. Oh my gosh, this is actually someone that I do know. How funny. Okay, hopefully you're watching. This is for Carolina, Ace of Pentacles. Wow, okay. I'm pretend I don't know who this is. This card, Ace of Pentacles, indicates that this is the hand of God reaching out with a coin. So what does this mean? This is the commencement of a new endeavor which could bring prosperity in the material world. I see this as a card of ideas or beginnings. So there's something here related to the material world, an investment perhaps, a job opportunity, a supplemental business opportunity. Something has arisen within you that you feel could hold potential and grow into something more. So if we think about the Pentacles journey, this is the commencement of the journey. And then it leads us all the way. We start to get to some real, I actually think the Pentacles journey overall is like one of the better ones probably, now that I think about it. By the time we get to the 9, we've got the vines and we've got the grapes and we've got luxury. By the time we get to the 10, we have the house, the family, the children dancing, all, you know, the fruits of the material world. And so somehow, some way, Carolina, you are at the beginning of a journey which can yield that prosperity. And that does include love, that does include home, that does include children if you want them. It includes all of it. And if you can envision what you're working towards, the Pentacles journey is a long journey, I do feel. I mean, it's not short, you know what I mean? It can be longer, and consistent work is needed. But this indicates the results will come. This indicates the idea, the commencement. And I do so happen to know that one of these eclipses will be in your second house, which is the house of money. Now's the time to plant a seed. I want to talk about my new astrology offering. So I always revamp, like, I feel I do best when I'm like super passionate and excited about my work. So to stay passionate and excited, it's often of greatest good for me to roll out new offerings. And so I rolled out a new astrology offering that feels really, really fun for me. So this new offering costs $65. I've been trying to find the price that is right for all of you, like the intersection of that price that also allows me to earn a consistent enough income, right? So I think $65 could be it. So I'm calling this the Astrology Insights Reading. And my intention for this reading is to light up your lives, like, and illuminate your path and purpose. My thought is this, so I do offer calls, which are $77, at least presently, like where we can talk about your chart for like an hour, but this is an audio. So it's like an inspirational audio that would be delivered via email. And what I would do is like give you my big picture impression of your chart, and then you can select 2 additional focal points of greater detail. So I came up with this list of things I like talking about that are fun to explore in the chart, and you can pick 2 of any of the following. Life lessons and soul's curriculum for the life, that's 1. Career destiny and legacy, income generation and money making, dating and romance, love and committed partnerships, health and wellness, travel, spirituality and spiritual gifts, or other. And someone ordered this yesterday as soon as I put it out, and they selected other, which I thought was funny, and then they said the nodes, and I was like, oh, of course, I should have put that on the list. If you wish to have more than 2 topics, you can add additional topics for $10 each. So yeah, maybe some of you will want this Astrology Insights reading. This feels really, really fun for me, and I think this could be right. Previously, my astrology readings were more expensive, and that's just because like the chart reveals everything. So I would like sit down and study the chart for like hours. Sometimes I dream of people's charts. I do the readings in my dreams all night long, and it was like fully devoting my soul to people's charts. So it was like a little bit more expensive, and I would tell them everything. But then I realized that was like too much information for people. So like I think this could be better because it allows you to just focus on like a couple things and integrate the information. So if anybody's interested in the Astrology Insights reading, please send me an email, and I would definitely love to work on those like this month and next month. And I also have a bunch of other readings, and I'm at the end of an offering that I was doing during the summer just for fun, which is a 1-question reading for $25. So that's going to be going away soon, probably in October. So if anyone wants that or knows anybody that does, please be sure to book that soon. But yeah, so those are some of my updates. You can find them on my blog, choosefaithnotfear.blogspot.com, which will be linked below. I'm looking forward to creating more for you all. Again, there's lots of things that I want to talk about. Yeah, I've got a list. I love creating for you guys, and I appreciate everyone who's out there watching. So thank you for watching today. Thank you for joining me. Many blessings to you and yours, and namaste.